What's going on, guys? The new Assassin's Creed Odyssey game is coming out, and since it has a lot of parkour movements in it, I got a bunch of gameplay from online. I got the stunts from it, and we're gonna recreate them today, so make sure you hit that like button. So the first stunt we're gonna recreate is the most iconic one to Assassin's Creed. It's the Leap of Faith. So I'm gonna recreate it just like the character Cassandra by doing it off this huge platform over here onto the mats. For the next stunt, we got Cassandra doing what we call a dino, which is basically when you go from the cat position, you pull yourself up, go into the cat position on a higher ledge. So since there's no good spots around here to do it, we're gonna recreate that one outside. So this next one's a little scary, but it was just too good and too rare to pass up. We have the assassin doing a front flip off a ledge and accidentally landing in precision on a shorter ledge. So I'm gonna recreate that by doing the front flip off this huge structure and hopefully landing on the block all the way down here. So in this stunt, we have Cassandra doing a huge jump off a drop and then going straight into a shoulder roll to absorb the shock. So I'm gonna recreate that huge jump by jumping off this huge platform, going into the shoulder roll so that I don't hurt my ankles down there. For the next stunt, we got Cassandra doing a dive roll while fighting some bad guys. So you guys can try this one at home if you want to look like an assassin or like a superhero. It's basically just jumping into a roll. Next up, we got the assassin doing a two-footed jump into the cat position. I'm gonna recreate that by doing the two-footed jump off of these blocks right here, going into the cat position on this hook on the wall right over here. Next up, we got the assassin doing a stride jump into a precision, which basically just means a jump off of one foot and then you land on the other obstacle with the feet together. So I'm gonna recreate that by doing the stride on this first block off of one foot and then landing on this block over here with my feet together. For the next one, we got the assassin fighting Medusa's minions, and then he uses a backwards roll. So I'm gonna recreate the backwards roll just like him by going over my head, pushing off of my hands, and splitting my feet. So next up, we got the assassin doing a wall climb into the cat position. I'm gonna recreate that stunt by doing a wall climb on this wall here and going in the cat position at the top of it. For the next stunt, we got the assassin sliding to go under some branches. I'm gonna recreate that by sliding underneath these blocks right here, just like he does. Next up, we got the assassin fighting Medusa's minions again, but instead of the backwards roll, he uses a side roll. So I'm gonna recreate that by doing it like him and doing the side roll on the ground. So now that we've recreated a lot of the stunts, I'm gonna show you guys how to do them. And the first trick that I'm gonna show you guys is the leap of faith. So we're gonna start off as a progression, learning the leap of faith on the trampoline because it's safe that way and you don't have as much height. If you guys don't have a trampoline, then you can just skip that part and go straight to landing it on the mats. So we're gonna start off with a 3/4 front flip onto our back on the trampoline. So we're gonna take very small jumps with our arms up like this. And when you're ready to do the front flip, then you're gonna bring your arms up and you're gonna bring them down. So you're also gonna bring your chest down, which is gonna help you perform the front flip. And then you're gonna try and land flat on your back on the trampoline, like this. So that was super easy, and that's pretty much the basics of a leap of faith. Now we're gonna try and make it a little harder by jumping higher. So now we're gonna try and be a little straighter and try and make it look the same way it does in the game. To do this, the most important thing is spotting. So basically, we're gonna keep our eyes on the trampoline bed as long as we can as we perform the front flip. And if you wanna make it look extra like an assassin, you can try and keep your body straight and your arms to your side like this. So you can see that it was really evident that I kept my eyes on the trampoline, which stalled the front flip and made my body straighter to make it look just like the assassin. And once you're comfortable with that, then you can do the exact same movement onto a mat instead of a trampoline. So make sure that you use mats for this, and the bigger drop you use, the bigger the mat. So always remember to do progressions. Always start off low and then go high. So I'm gonna start off doing it on this small one right here. So that went well. We can now finally take it to the big drop. So the next move that I'm gonna show you guys is when the assassin does a backwards roll. So this move is really good for dodging in the game, and also it's super nice because you don't need a gym to learn it. You don't need any mats. Just make sure you don't do it on hard ground because you can hurt your back or your head that way. Make sure you do it on grass, carpet, or something like that. So the first thing we're gonna do is get in the crouch position low on the ground like this. And then once you're in that position, you're gonna push off of your feet to go onto your back. So when you go onto your back, you wanna make sure you hit the lower part of your back on the ground first so that you can roll onto the rest of your back. So you can practice that a few times without going over your head, just like this. So at this point, you wanna make sure you bring your chin to your chest to have your head like this. Because if you're trying to look backwards, then your head's gonna go into the ground, which is dangerous. So you wanna make sure that you don't do that, because if you have your head backwards like that, it's gonna go into the ground like this. And that's why we wanna have our chin to our chest to allow it to pass. At this point, you're gonna put your hands on the ground backwards like this so that you can push off of the ground and then get back on your feet, and then you're done. So once you're comfortable doing those, then you can start from the standing up position instead of the crouch position. And you can also try and land with your legs separated, just like the assassin in the game, which is just as easy as landing with your feet together. So the next stunt that I'm gonna show you guys is when the assassin does a big jump into the cat position. So the first thing that we're gonna do is practice a jump into the cat position off of the ground. So you're gonna wanna find yourself a ledge or a pillar or something to do the cat position onto. So I'm gonna be showing you guys onto this pillar right here. And if you guys forgot, the cat position is just this. So it's super easy, and we're gonna start off by jumping a couple of feet away from the obstacle, and then have your hands and feet grab it at the same time. Make sure that when your feet hit the wall, that you absorb, because when you jump from far, you're gonna have to absorb a lot of impact. So you wanna use your legs to absorb the shock like this. So we're gonna practice that a few times with a small jump, and then we're gonna go further and further every time. So when you're comfortable with that, then we can make it even harder by adding a block into it to jump off of that, over a gap, and then into the cap position, just like the assassin. Thank you so much for watching my video, guys. Don't forget to leave a like. If you want to check out my merch like this Goku backflip shirt, you can click the button over here. Don't forget to subscribe to see more videos like this by clicking over here. If you want to see my latest video, click here. If you want to see another cool video like this one, click here. As usual, I'll catch you guys on the flip side.